I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be bringing up the subject of marriage will lead to you getting friend-zoned. Got an email here from a viewer. He said, "What's up, Corey? I enjoyed reading your book and listening to your videos and all of the different relationship scenarios that people send in." He says, "Here's mine. I wanted to date a high school babe, but I never went out with her. She and I were an acquaintance, and we lost contact over the years, 24 years to be exact. Recently, we reconnected on Facebook. Both of us are single. However, she had been dating a guy for 3 years till he dumped her. A month later, I began getting reacquainted. Although she told me about this guy, she said her heart was broken and she was clueless why he broke up with her. All he did say was that he felt a big disconnect with her. So in the midst of that, we visited each other and became intimately close over a 6-month period. We talked about engagement, future marriage. In other words, you probably brought all that shit up, because you're the one writing to me about that. How did I know that?" He says, "After our last visit, I got home and she became distant. Less calls, less texts, etc. Finally, after the distant behavior, she told me, and this is her excuse, because of her trying to get over this guy, her mom's battling cancer, she's working extra trips as a flight attendant, we needed to put the brakes on things and be friends only. In other words, things were going so awesome with you, and she was loving you so much, she had to break up with you because she just couldn't take the fun. It was so awesome." He says, "I backed off and texted her every now and then, and she responded with a few words. So I stopped texting and calling. What do you recommend that I do next? I do want her, I pray for her, and even am in contact with her family." Well, the fact that you're in contact with her family is not going to do anything to help your case. He says, "I still have feelings for her and trying to deal with this like a champ and fulfill my purpose and goals that I have." He says, "Thanks for your help." And I'd say, by looking at it, I mean, obviously, here's the deal. You got a girl who had a breakup with a guy, and she really doesn't have any idea why he dumped her out of the blue. She's still licking her wounds from that. And then she runs into you, and you start hanging out and hooking up and having non-attached sex and just having a great time and having fun together. And then you, being brainwashed like most men in society are, you start thinking, okay, well now I need to start talking about relationship, commitment, marriage, getting engaged, and all this stuff. And so you went from having a fun and playful relationship to all this drama about marriage and getting engaged and this and that. And here's the bottom line. At the end of the day, if she's not bringing it up, then she simply isn't feeling it. And as a man goes, I know all the movies you've been watching probably since you were a kid and all the TV shows you've been watching since you were a kid communicate that you need to fucking haul ass. You need to rush your ass to a diamond store and buy the biggest fucking diamond ring that you can buy in the history of anybody in your family. Put yourself in hock for 10 years to pay off that diamond ring bad boy. Go ahead and rush to the altar, get married, and then rush to have some kids and squeeze those kids out and raise the kids really fast and buy a house and the whole 9 yards. It's not a rush. It's not a sprint to the finish line. Life is a marathon. Relationships are a marathon of just simply having a good time together. And what happens with a woman over time, when you're doing everything right in a relationship, and obviously if you dated this particular girl over 6 months, then what happens is that normally what happens under normal circumstances when the guy knows what he's doing, the girl falls in love, and then after a few months she starts saying, "Hey, where's this going? I'd be really upset if I found out you were dating anybody else or sleeping with anybody else." They start talking about these things. They start bringing up relationship and marriage. She brings it up. But when you get all serious about it and you bring it up first when she's not even talking about this stuff, especially like this particular case, this girl's still getting over somebody and she's got a lot of emotional things and pressure in her life, and you went from being a great source of no strings attached sex, fun, and good times to a drama queen, worrying about your relationship and where it's going, what you are to each other, what kind of a label you can put on it, where it's going, when it's going that way. And what happened is it caused this particular woman to feel like she was going to lose her freedom the more she stayed with you. And so naturally, that's why she became distant and wanted to get away from you, because she's thinking, I just want to have a good time. Because women fall in love slowly over time. And that comes with just creating one fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen after another. That's what dates are. They ultimately lead to sex and hooking up and having a good time. And the idea is that the more fun you have with this girl, the more she does when she does 78% of the calling, texting, and pursuing, when you're on your dates and she's doing most of the talking because you're simply asking questions, you remain mysterious. This causes her to chase you and to pursue you, and causes her also to be unsure of where she stands exactly with you in the relationship, because she can't figure you out. And this makes her happy. This causes her to fall deeper in love with you and want to be closer with you, because you're comfortable with yourself. When you're not with her, you're comfortable with yourself and your life, and therefore it gives her the time and the space to feel and engage her emotions and fall in love with you slowly over time. But when you start trying to rush a girl who's got all this shit going on in her life, it just causes her to go, fuck, this is too much drama for me, let's just be friends. Because you're overcomplicating things. So if I were you, I wouldn't do anything for this girl, because you calling her and texting her, pursuing her, and I mean, you can tell by her responses, she responds with a few words, and that communicates that she's really not interested in talking to you. And so you should just chalk it up as a learning experience. You got to hook up with the high school dream crush that you had. Great. It was fun while it lasted. Now read my book and apply the things that I teach so you can meet a really great girl and do everything right with her from the get-go. And if this girl happens to call you down the road, then just make a date with her. Create a definite date, a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen, as I like to always say. So if you have a question, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me Starlazy to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session, and you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen. Just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook on my website, underneath the email sign-up box is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, just download one of their free e-reader apps for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on that would be a toolbar at the bottom of your screen. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.